All right, so today we're diving into the story of a single power station in Pakistan. And I know what you're thinking. A power station? But trust me, this thing is so massive it's considered a strategic national asset. And its story? Well, it's not just about electricity. We're talking Cold War politics, unlikely global partnerships, and believe it or not, a whole city built right in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, let's get into it.
So right off the bat, if you try to look this place up, you're going to hit a wall of confusion. You'll see it called the Central Power Generation Company Limited, or CPGCL for short. Then you'll see the name GENCO-II pop up, and then you'll find mentions of the GENCO-II thermal power station. So what gives? Are these three different places, or is it one big company with an identity crisis?
Okay, let's solve this mystery right now. It's actually way simpler than it seems. And it tells you a lot about how Pakistan's whole energy sector is put together. And there it is. They are all the exact same thing. It's that simple. CPGCL is the official fancy corporate name. GENCO-II, well, that's just its official designation. And the GENCO-II thermal power station, that's the actual physical plant on the ground. So one giant entity, three different names. See? Mystery solved.
All right, so now that we know what to call it, let's talk about the sheer scale of this place. Because honestly, the numbers here are absolutely staggering.
Let's just start with the raw power output. We're talking about an official capacity of over 1,700 megawatts. Now, to put that into perspective for you, this one single plant provides a massive amount of what's called baseload power. Think of it as the constant, steady hum of electricity that has to be there 24/7. It's the foundation of the grid. So in short, this one place helps keep the lights on for a country of over 200 million people. It's a big deal.
But, it's not just about the megawatts. There's a huge human story here, too. This facility employs more than 2,000 people. I mean, from the engineers watching over the massive turbines to all the support staff who keep the whole thing humming around the clock. It's basically a massive economic engine for the whole region.
And what's really cool is how they get to that massive number. It's not just one giant on switch. The whole facility is actually a collection of different power units, all built at different times over the decades. You've got these three main clusters, with the biggest one pumping out almost 750 megawatts all by itself. I mean, that unit alone is a powerhouse.
Okay, and this might be the wildest part of the whole story. GENCO-II isn't just a power plant. It's basically a city, seriously. Because it's so remote, they had to build this massive, self-contained community just to house all the employees and their families. We're talking its own hospital, its own schools and colleges, parks. It even has a golf club. It's a whole world unto itself.
So, you gotta be asking, how did this giant industrial city just appear in the middle of Sindh province? Well, the history has a totally unexpected twist. It goes all the way back to the Cold War, and believe me, this is a story you're going to want to hear.
So check this out. The original plant was built back in the 1970s with direct help from the Soviet Union. Yep, the USSR. At the absolute peak of the Cold War, you had Soviet engineers on the ground in Pakistan working side by side with locals to build this thing. Mind-blowing, right? Of course, after that, it was officially incorporated as CPGCL in '98, and it's basically been getting upgraded ever since, with huge additions in 2014 and more modernization happening even now.
And that really speaks to its legacy, right? The company's motto is powering progress since 1975. Think about that. For almost half a century, this one plant has been this constant, steady force, a real bedrock for the country's development.
Now, that Soviet origin story is fascinating for sure, but it's really just the beginning, because over the years, GENCO-II has transformed into this amazing hub of international cooperation. It's created this global network of partners that, honestly, you would just never expect to see working together.
I mean, just look at this lineup. It's like a masterclass in unlikely partnerships. It started with the Soviet Union, right? But today, its most advanced technology comes from American companies like GE and German giants like Siemens. A lot of the big construction projects are handled by Chinese firms, and the whole thing is backed by money from places like the World Bank. It is such a unique story of global rivals all pitching in to keep this one critical project running. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. We've talked about its massive scale, its really surprising history, and these incredible global connections. But what's the big takeaway? Why does this one power plant matter so much?
Here's the bottom line. GENCO-II is so much more than just a power station. It really is a strategic national asset. It provides that super reliable power that keeps the whole country's grid from collapsing.
And maybe just as important, for 50 years, it's been the training ground for thousands of Pakistani engineers. It's where the country built its technical know-how, so its legacy isn't just in megawatts, it's in decades of progress and generations of skilled people.
And that kind of brings us to a final big question. For half a century, these huge power plants like GENCO-II have been the kings, no question. But as the entire world starts shifting towards renewables and totally new kinds of energy tech, what happens to them? What's the future for these massive, old-school power giants? And that's a question not just for Pakistan, but for everyone. Thanks for watching.